Hello, my name is Tony Pancaldi. I'm recording this in our little flat in Colchester in Essex in the UK. It's the 24th of March 2020. We were informed last night that we're all in lockdown. Throughout my life I've heard various stories which I've sort of put into the library of my mind, thinking that maybe we'd use them one day, maybe write a book or whatever, but that hasn't happened. But what has happened, that I'm now going to do a series of videos. This is the first one. And I'd just like to share these stories with you to encourage you. And this is the very first one. And it begins about 15 years ago. There's a young boy who's befriended by a man that works in a forest in the UK. And this man takes time with the boy, and so in the end the boy really comes to love nature and wildlife. Then if you fast forward, the young boy grows up to be a man and is a film director, producer, specialising in documentaries in wildlife and nature. And then the day comes when he's commissioned to do a BBC Radio 4 programme. And so he goes with his team back to the forest where he learnt his first stuff and meets the old man. After a joyful reunion, all being recorded for the radio, they stroll off through the forest and they come upon a huge metal fence, and the top of it has got barbed wire on it. The boy's quite amazed by this, and as he questions the old man, it's explained to him that they built a chemical factory in the forest, in the woods. And when they closed it down, the land was so contaminated that it could never be used again, and they had to fence it off because of the danger. And there they were standing looking at this fence and this disused chemical factory. And the young man was really sad, obviously. But the old boy said, "Look over there." And he pointed through the fence. And there was a flower. And the young man said, "What is it?" And the old man said, "That's an orchid. And that orchid only grows in toxic waste." That story, it's very much to do with the times that we're experiencing now. Because the things that we've experienced in our life previously, great catastrophes and disasters, numerous ones, we've always come out the other end, learning something better for it. There's always been an orchid growing in the toxic waste of what happens. And this is no different. This experience we go through now. I'm in a WhatsApp group started by some lovely neighbours of mine. And that is a community WhatsApp group so that we can all communicate with each other if anyone's got a problem or needs anything. And there's an orchid in this toxic waste. And you see evidence of that everywhere. The National Health is full of it. People just making themselves so vulnerable to help others. There is much goodness going on. And so that's my story for today, that orchids do grow in toxic waste. If you would like to contact me, sometimes on videos things come out back to front, so I've done it both ways. So if anyone would like to send me an email, any comments, nothing rude please, then there's my email address, tonypancaldi@hotmail.com. I hope to be doing a video for you soon and be chatting again. God bless.